Hey everyone, it's your boy Zerev here. Today we're going to be discussing the complex and close matchup of Wolverine versus Zombieman. Now, I will lay down a few ground rules since they're both immortal. A knockout or scenario resulting in a complete domination is a win. So if Wolverine would slash Zombieman every time he regenerated with the Muramasa, that counts as a win since he's incapacitated and can't retaliate. I will also give the two of them prep, meaning Wolverine knows Zombieman's immortal, so he will default to using his blade, and Zombieman has intel about Wolverine's claws and battle skills. Anyways, let's get into the video. If you enjoy this type of content, consider subscribing, leaving a thanks in the comments, as well as leaving a like on the video. Let's get started. Wolverine, also known as Logan or James Howlett, is a renowned character in the Earth 616 continuity of the Marvel Comics. He possesses an impressive array of abilities and attributes that make him one of the most formidable mutants in the Marvel Universe. Wolverine's healing factor is one of his most notable strengths. He has displayed extraordinary resilience and the ability to recover from severe injuries. In X-Men Volume 2, Wolverine is reduced to a skeleton, yet he manages to heal and fully regenerate his entire body. This healing factor also grants him an extended lifespan and slows down his aging process, allowing him to endure and recover from wounds that will be fatal to others. Another significant aspect of Wolverine's strength lies in his adamantium skeleton and claws. His skeleton is coated in the indestructible metal adamantium, rendering him nearly invulnerable to physical attacks. This makes him exceptionally durable and able to withstand tremendous amounts of damage. His retractable claws, also made of adamantium, are iconic and renowned for their incredible cutting power. In Wolverine Volume 2 number 75, he effortlessly cuts and slices through an entire army of ninja warriors, showcasing the lethal precision and devastating effectiveness of these claws. He can also harm people massively above his own strength, effectively ignoring durability with his claws despite having around building level strike power. Similarly, his skeleton is nearly indestructible, but his flesh is around building level. Wolverine's combat skills and experience also contribute to his strength. He is a highly skilled hand-to-hand combatant and has received training in various martial arts over his long life. He demonstrates his expertise by defeating a skilled ninja assassin in intense hand-to-hand combat using his impressive hypersonic speed. His combat prowess, combined with his heightened senses and adamantium claws, allow him to take down formidable opponents and emerge victorious. In Uncanny X-Men, Wolverine goes into a feral berserker rage and single-handedly takes on the entire Hellfire Club, defeating them all. He also has access to a blade, the Muramasa, a blade that greatly reduces healing factors and regeneration speeds. It can also ignore durability due to being able to cut through adamantium. This same metal can cut through and harm low multiversal beings like Hulk and Thanos. Despite his formidable abilities, Wolverine does have a weakness. One of his vulnerabilities lies in his psychic powers. While his physical attributes are exceptional, his mind is relatively susceptible to psychic manipulation or attacks. In New X-Men, he falls victim to a powerful psychic attack from Cassandra Nova, rendering him catatonic and highlighting his vulnerability in this aspect. Wolverine also is shown to frequently be slowed down by heavy gunfire. Refer to the multiple panels here that show him being knocked down or out briefly by headshots or heavy gunfire wounds to the body. Additionally, Wolverine's adamantium enhancements have their limitations. The weight of his adamantium skeleton hampers his speed and agility, making him slightly slower compared to mutants without such enhancements. Although his healing factor compensates to some extent, it still affects his overall mobility. The limitation is evident in various comic book portrayals and is a factor Wolverine must contend with in battle. Speaking of such, Wolverine can be killed by suffocation, cell destruction, and decapitation. Let's move on to Zombieman and his equally impressive and interesting strengths and weaknesses. Zombieman, a character from the webcomic and manga series One Punch Man, possesses unique abilities that make him a formidable and durable opponent. Zombieman's strength lies in his immortality, remarkable regenerative abilities, and his unyielding determination in a battle of attrition. Zombieman's most prominent strength is his ability to regenerate from any injury, no matter how severe. In this series, he has demonstrated the capacity to reassemble his body after being dismembered, decapitated, or turned to mincemeat. This regenerative ability allows him to keep fighting even in the face of overwhelming damage, and even in a state where the body normally can't function. An example of this is seen when Zombieman is engaged in combat with the monster Pureblood. Despite suffering critical injuries, he manages to recover and continue fighting, eventually defeating his opponent despite their own superior power and immortality. Another strength of Zombieman is his enhanced physical abilities and even intelligence stemming from his detective duties. While he may not possess Darkshine or Bang levels of superhuman strength or speed, he has displayed exceptional power, endurance, and resilience. Zombieman was able to take down Pureblood, who should be around town level like the other demon level threats. In the audiobook, he's even able to defeat Carnage Kabuto in his Carnage mode, which is a very impressive feat. He simply let him run out of stamina and then began attacking, not only proving he has insane levels of stamina, but his firepower can harm those on the scale above Genos at the time, who could destroy entire mountainsides casually. Zombieman's stamina allows him to withstand prolonged battles and continue fighting even when faced with overwhelming odds. His ability to keep pushing forward regardless of the circumstances makes him a relentless and tenacious opponent. His speed is nothing to scoff at either, being able to dodge, react to, and intercept Homeless Emperor's light powers, which could blitz the other monster cadres. On top of this, his immortality and regenerative abilities grant him the unique advantage in combat situations. He can utilize risky tactics such as intentionally sacrificing his limbs to gain an advantage or distract his opponents. Additionally, he can hide artillery and weapons inside his body as traps for his adversaries. Despite his remarkable strengths, Zombieman has a certain limitation and weaknesses. Firstly, while his regenerative abilities are potent, they do have limits. His physical attributes, while enhanced, are not on par with some of the most powerful characters in the series, as I mentioned. This could put him at a disadvantage against opponents with large-scale attacks or immense speed. It's also important to note that Zombieman's regenerative abilities are not instantaneous. While he can heal from severe injuries even while fighting, the process takes time, leaving him vulnerable to other attacks during this phase. In the end, this fight can go one of two ways. Zombieman, while not possessing weapons with multiversal damage potential, has more than enough firepower and strength to incapacitate Wolverine. Zombieman possesses reaction speeds much higher than Wolverine, even when scaling him off Captain America, for example. While being fast, it's doubtful that he will land a strike in general. While Zombieman can be reckless, he is a detective. In a versus battle, it's safe to use this to his advantage, and safe to say that he would learn a minimum about Wolverine's claws, as well as his low stamina based on his previous battles. You have to keep in mind, this same Zombieman was able to locate Dr. Genus without any prior intel. In direct hand-to-hand, Wolverine dominates. However, it's doubtful if he would ever even match up with Zombieman or land a hit, since he would be speed blitzed and incapacitated by Zombieman's incredible AP. Wolverine has been shown to be weak to heavy firepower, and can be knocked out by it as well. As per the fight rules, since they're immortal, Wolverine could lose to this. He does have the arsenal and skill to kill Zombieman, but simply lacks the speed to make any of it possible at a reasonable rate. If he were to land a hit, it would certainly be damaging, and if done with the Muramasa, Zombieman has no counter, but that simply isn't going to happen 99% of the time. The other way this goes is a stalemate. They're both immortal after all, and even though the Muramasa negates their ability, it doesn't completely get rid of it. Zombieman's immortality is also, frankly, a lot better than Wolverine's, as decapitation and dismemberment don't stop him. In the end, either way, Zombieman has the clear advantage, mainly stemming from his speed and intellect, as well as his immense and seemingly boundless stamina. Wolverine's going to get tired, as he has previously, and simply be incapacitated. If you enjoyed this video and want more like this, consider, leaving a like, leaving a comment, subscribing, of course. I'm currently taking video requests through donations, through Cash App, and of course through the comments. So if there's a video you guys want to see specifically, let me know. I guess the question of the day will be, who do you think wins in this matchup? Zombieman or Deadpool? Let me know in the comment section down below. It's your boy Zeref signing off. Peace. Thanks for watching.